Hello. So I seen that you guys actually did want to see the macro, but the thing is I tried telling you guys, but I forgot to put it in the video, that you do need a Logitech, something Logitech headset. Uh, you can macro with a headset from Logitech somehow, but I'd rather you have either a keyboard or mouse, but I mostly recommend a mouse. So if you have anything Logitech that is fulfilled with their gaming software, then this macro should work very well, most definitely for you. But then there's also something with FPS that I will show you guys later in the video. So let me show you guys how to get this macro. So first you want to click on your mouse, keyboard, or whatever. And as you can see, it could bring you, it's either brings you to your DPI speeds, your assignments, or your light sync. You just want to go to your assignments. And then up here, it's the macros. You'd click on macros. And as you can see, I got my macro here and my macro associated with this button. So if I go ahead and click create new macro, it will tell me to name this macro. So I'm just going to name this macro. And you can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to name it this because I already got my macro. And so we have to pick between 4 options. We want to click repeat while holding. The reason we want to click repeat while holding is because it's pretty much just what the macro does, but instead it doesn't have the amount of times that it repeats when it's pressed. It's you gotta hold your button when you are macroing, which is better. And so when you hold down your button, it repeats and it continues to macro, and you could just fly around the map or whatever. But yeah, once you are here, you got repeat while holding. I explained that very poorly of what repeat while holding does. You want to come over here and click start now. You want to click on record keystrokes, and you want to do the normal thing that everybody does with the normal macro with macro gamer and stuff. And you want to do hold I, hold O, release I, release O. Hold I, hold O, release I, release O. And then just press stop recording. Once you stop recording, you should see these 2 red boxes that says I plus O and I plus O for both of them. You want to come up here to the top where it says use standard delays. You want to turn that off, and it would give you all of this with a bunch of these numbers. You want to make all of these numbers 1. You want to make all of these numbers 1 because that's how it is with normal macro gamer. So just make all of these 1. And so now that all of these are 1, you're pretty much done with this page, and you can click save. Once you've clicked save, you can see your macro over here to the side. And once you see the macro over here to the side, you know that you're good and you've finished it. If you go back into here, you can see that the macro is still here. You got the standard delays on check, and you got the repeat while holding. So once this is done, you either can choose your keyboard or your mouse. I'm just going to use this button for the video, but I use this one. I'd rather you not use secondary click, primary click, middle click, scroll right, or scroll left for my mouse or any other mouse. Don't use these main ones. Use the buttons that are off to the side. Like for this one, it says onboard profile cycle. Not sure what that one does, and it's not really useful. So I'm just going to use this one. I'm going to press disable. I'm going to click on it again, and I'm going to come over here to my macro, and I'm going to click it. As you can see, it now has the name of your macro, and it should have an M next to it. So now that shows that your macro is bonded with that key, and whenever you press/hold that key, the macro will activate and do its thing, whatever you made the macro for. So if we come over here and join a game, so now that I'm in the game, I can come over here and just sort my inventory out because all I need is my wallet. Make sure my GFX is low so I get the most FPS out of this. Roblox internet sucks, so I'm going to be getting low FPS either way. So if we go ahead and try to macro with our macro, you go ahead and do the normal greet thing and just pull out your item or put away your item when you're holding it. And you can just go ahead and crouch or do whatever you do and just press your macro key and then just press S, and you usually go flying. Either on high GFX or low GFX, it doesn't matter. Roblox's internet is really bad right now, and it's causing my FPS to go down, which it usually does not. Roblox usually, even when the internet is bad, like the network receive, even when it's bad, shouldn't do any much to your FPS, but it's doing a lot to mine for some reason. But either way, this macro does work very well in HiGFX, as you saw in my other video. So now we can go ahead and go to LOGITECH, and this thing is an absolute beast on LOGITECH. So if we go ahead and try to macro with LOGITECH, as you can see, we just go flying. There's no stopping this thing. And like I said in the other video as well, if you get picked up with this macro, it should still work, but it's very funky. Even though it's very funky, it is still very usable, and you don't gotta reset if you don't feel like it. But if you want to reset, you can. That is up to you. That is not something that I can tell you that you can do or not do. So, next, we gotta show you something with the FPS. So, macro is kind of based on FPS, really. If you have FPS under 60, macroing is not a thing for you at all. I can show you that right now by going to my FPS unlocker and cap it at 30. So now you can see that my FPS is like really bad. And if I try macroing, it's gonna have a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. And there's no fixing that unless you get better FPS. Let's see if I cap it at 60, not 75. Well, 75 is fine. It works perfectly fine. So it's kind of FPS based. Either way, this is the macro here, and it works very well. As you can see, I'm literally going flying. So yeah, this macro is very well. It works very good, and it's kind of close to dynamics, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll be going back to making normal content soon if I can, if I stop getting exploited on when I'm in VC, because people like to exploit on there for some reason, and I can't get any content out because of that. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. If you guys need any help, make sure to say it in the comments and I can help you out. Sorry that this is only for LOGITECH GHUB. If you have any other programs that you want me to test out that your mouse can work with, that your mouse does work with and has a macro compatibility, so you can assign macros to buttons on your mouse, tell me in the comments. I could try that program for you. I have some mouses that are associated with other programs. But yeah, this works really well. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Let me stop saying that now. I'll see you guys later.